Hey guys, it's another beautiful morning here. I'm sitting on the sofa having a cup of chai. Bud's lying on the floor here with me. The sun is shining on me and warming my body, and it's nice to feel warm. It's nice to feel warm. And beyond just feeling warm, it's nice to be here on earth with the sun that shines warmth on me. Every day is such a miracle. I can't believe that I'm in a body here on this strange place with the sun shining on me. How did I get here? How did I get here? Why are any of us here? And does it matter? Callum's on the 3rd day of his steroids now, and he is so much better. He cooked dinner last night and we ate. He doesn't eat my cooking. Oh dear. Otto was telling me the story of a man who never told his wife that he loved her. I complain every now and then. Callum never says anything sweet. He never gives me flowers. He doesn't do any of the things. Blah, blah, blah. You know, as you do. And so, Otto was telling me this story about this guy whose wife complained to him about how he didn't say sweet things to her. And he looked at her and said, "I eat your food, don't I?" Yeah, Callum doesn't eat the food I make. No. I tried a few times. But the sad thing was that I was so damaged by the time Callum picked me up out of the ditch, metaphorically speaking. I was so damaged that everything that happened felt like a criticism, felt like the words were saying, "You're so stupid and such a failure. Everything that you do from this point on is worthless because look what you've done so far." Yeah, and there was none of that. There wasn't anything. It was never conscious. It was never anything. There was an enduring sense of shame to be living off other people's tax money. That's something that, like, when I think of that, my teeth ache. It's just so cringeworthy that I took money out of other families' children's mouths so that I could live. Because why? Because why? Well, my father says it's because I won't work. It's hard. I don't work, yeah. Is it because I won't? Is it because I'm on medication that makes it impossible for me to think? Or is it just that my mind has become so twisted and defiled that I cannot perceive reality clearly? To me, reality is this terrible... I don't know. I made a meme once of I don't know if you call it a meme. I made a picture with words. It was that scene from The Lion King where all was it the wildebeest, were charging down the canyon towards Simba, and Simba was running away as fast as he could. And I wrote me on Simba and the internet on the wildebeest. But it's not just the internet that I feel is chasing me down and is going to trample me. It's the entire world. Oh dear, how can this be me? This isn't where I set out to be in my life, and I just can't believe that these perceptions that I have about reality are actually mine? Like, why am I behaving like this? This isn't true. I was going to tell you something about Callum and his attitude, my attitude to him when he picked me up, wow, that sounds terrible. Like, not like that. When he took on the responsibility of looking after me. I mean, I didn't hide who I was. He knew that I wasn't coping. He still wanted to have a relationship with me. He still wanted to look after me, and I still wanted to be looked after. I needed to heal. I needed to move on, and I couldn't do it without a man. You know. Anyway, I have a man. And he's on his 3rd day of steroids, and he stayed up all night. And he finished the very last dregs of stuff that we had in the bottle. And I don't blame him. I don't know what it's going to be like when I have to face death, but watching him doing it has been pretty hard. So actually doing it, I think, was very hard. And yet, he now doesn't need to be in that pain anymore. Whatever happens next, the first step in managing the pain has happened. And he's a different person, and it's amazing and fantastic and reassuring. Anyway, so I made a timetable this morning, and I put my 3 projects in the timetable. Then I added in Roger's talk show into the timetable, and Vince's Alt Center podcast into the timetable. So I have some structure. Callum only went to bed about 8 o'clock today, so I should imagine he'll sleep all day. But I don't know how the drugs work. I don't know how they're going to alter his sleep patterns. I don't know if he just has broken sleep from now on. More broken than he's usually had. He's always been somebody who's gone to bed at 5 in the morning. But 8 in the morning is new. Oh well. Anyway. One of the interesting things of watching Dead Man the other day for me was how the guy was alive and dead at the same time. He was only alive because of time. And we had this movie of this strange little piece of his life, to how he died. And for me, it was absolutely terrifying that the guy put him into a boat and pushed him out into the sea. I can't think of a more hideous way to die. I don't know. I mean, I just think, like, I don't want to lie here in this boat with the sun baking down on me and crows coming to sit on my face and peck my eyes out. I don't want to. And my alternative is to tip myself out of the boat and drown. I don't want to do that either. Oh no. So do we choose our death, you know? Is there any good way to die? I've just listened to this book that my sisters recommended and all read, and talking about dying and how to prepare for dying, and how people who face death and make plans for it and talk to each other about it manage to make moments of beauty in the dying process, and empower themselves and enhance their relationships and bring forgiveness and all sorts of stuff. I can't believe that 6 months ago my concern was that my mom had Parkinson's disease and her health was deteriorating, and I was going to go and see her, touch base with her, and turn 60. That was amazing and huge, and the coming back was unbelievably traumatic. I didn't really understand how much of a foreigner I was until I came here for the second time. It wasn't as bad or as awful or as shocking as the first time I came here, but it was very hard to come from the land of my birth where I am no longer welcome. I am not welcome. I can tell you that that was the overwhelming feeling that I had being in Africa from the minute I set foot on the earth in Johannesburg. I felt that it was my land and I belonged and the air smelt right. And I was hated and unwanted. Oh, wow, it was traumatic. And of course I didn't face that at all. This is the first time I'm allowing this into my consciousness, as in actual words. Yeah. So then I came back from the place that I was hated to the place that I am thought of as being arrogant. And that's hard, you know. I'm struggling and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm trying my best to just be fun and happy and get on with things and be the best that I can be, and my enthusiasm and excitement for life and rising above the drudgery and I don't know what all these silly motivations I try to concoct to try and make myself go on, and yet all of it is just met by this wall of almost resentment from these guys here. Like, who do you think you are? This isn't your country. Why are you being nice here? Why are you having fun? Like, we invited you here and we let you be here, and you can be here if you change everything that you do and think and become like us. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was part of the bargain. I didn't know that I wasn't good enough. I should have known that I wasn't good enough. I was never good enough. Grew up during the Civil War. Went through all those changes and upheavals. Put all my enthusiasm and youthful idealism into building a new world where people could all get on with each other and like each other and respect each other for who they are. And no, I think it's good that leaders have those ideas because they can inspire sort of the top echelons of society. Maybe the top 4% of society can have those dreams and goals, but the most of them are like, no, just you've got something I haven't got and I hate you and I want your stuff. And it's like, really? I hate you and I want your stuff. Give me more, give me more, give me more. Oh well, ramble. It's hard. Just finding a community, finding a place to belong, which is online, which hasn't existed for hundreds of thousands of years. Like Satori D says when he calls us the first poets. I mean, we are writing our activities into a machine. Just the way the Mona Lisa is there, and the Van Goghs are there, and the Shakespeares are all there. The machine knows it all. But everything we are doing now is adding to all those great names. We are the first poets. We are making relationships between ourselves that has never happened in the history of man. We're not making relationships where we are involved at a physical level. We don't smell each other, we don't touch each other, we don't feel the physical pull of one mass to another mass, the gravity between people. We don't feel the vibrations of our brains and the interaction of thought. We don't make eye contact. We have none of those physical things in the relationships that we're building. And, well, millions of people have already done it, okay? It's just like, I'm not announcing it. This has been going on for a few decades. However, the experience is really interesting and maybe should be documented. Otto and I have talked about the young girls who come online and speak about their mental illness, and then for all time they started their adult lives by talking about their mental illness. And is this a dangerous thing? Do you get typecast? Do you get branded? Do you get to be a thing? And I'm like, well, so what? So what? You know, when you get married, you go and you stand up in front of all your parents' friends and you say that you're going to bond yourself to another person. All your parents' friends. All your parents' friends. So now that's not a big deal anymore, because from the time you're 13, you've got a Facebook account and you're posting in front of the entire universe. For all time, you're posting. The internet never forgets. It's interesting. So I wonder what it's like for those young people who already are living under this type of documentation. Everything from their births. Do you remember those moms who used to videotape their babies being born? I couldn't believe that. That was just so gross to me. Even watching animals give birth on Nature Planet is too much for me. I'm not very much into this being in tune with all the grossness of nature. It's not my thing. It's interesting when you think about bodies, how disgusting they are inside. All the ooze and slime and you know, it's disgusting. It's like all aliens that have ever been made in the movies have been made out of Slimer inside body parts. Guts and yuck. And yet you just put a skin on it and it's nice. I like the skin. I'm the skin kind of gal. I like having a skin. I like not seeing the ugly bits. I'm really grateful for them. Thanks for doing your job, ugly bits, but give me the skin. Give me the skin every day. Oh well. So I'm just experiencing another strange reality of making these very interesting bonds that are a first in human development and the development of the psyche, and at the same time experiencing this man that's been so good to me facing a life-threatening disease with a very uncertain outcome. It's a strange, strange song to sing.